haven't used the combs in a while. Let me move this closer, more like this. Then I don't have to lean over as much. I'm God. I don't know about that. Hi, Benny. Sorry, I didn't see your message. Hi, Benny. How are you doing? How am I? I'm alright. I just got blood work done this morning. So, I'll see how I feel for the day. I feel fine right now. I'll see how I feel for the day once I start getting some test results in, which I'll probably start getting some of them during this live stream. It'll be tempting to not just go and check them. It's a very important blood test that I've wanted to get for a while now. Like measuring certain stuff, so I'm glad that I finally was able to get that done. Anticipatory. Should I anticipatorily like comb you? I can do that for a minute. Yeah, the nurse today. I told her that I have POTS syndrome, so I have to lay down, you know, always to get my blood work. And so after I got my blood work done, she's like, stay laying down, and she left to go like put the vials of blood like in the machine thing, and so I was in there for a couple minutes, and before she left, she dimmed the lights down, which was nice. Benny, how are you with getting blood work done? Hi, Pablo. Now let's pamper me a little bit. Y'all, I really want to look into getting a better shampoo because my hair is just always greasy. I don't overwash my hair. I think it's just because I've again experimented with less shampoo, more shampoo, like an average size amount of shampoo. I just think I have bad shampoo, but yeah, so it like clogs up my hair follicles. Also, I do just have really thin hair, so it's easier for it to get greasy, but still. Like back when I used to do, I know it's not good for your hair, allegedly, but people say Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner is not good for your hair. That my hair wouldn't be greasy though, at least. Then some people say it is good. Hairdressers say it's bad. Like some science people say that's actually good for your. I don't even know. But then the person who especially told me this was the person who dyed my hair some years ago purple. And she was complimenting how nice my hair is, and she said, "What shampoo do you use?" And I said, "I use Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner." And then she was like, "No, you can't use that." I'm like, "Well, you said that my hair looks good, and that it feels nice, that it's healthy, so why is it bad?" She's like, "No, it's like bad." I don't even know why she said it was bad. But now I don't use it anymore, but now my hair is always greasy, no matter what I do. Hi, Fishhead. I'm not against doing it. I'm just not much of a movie person. It went fine. I got blood work for some tests that I've been wanting for a while, so we'll have to see what that all shows. Like kidney-related functioning tests that are not on like a complete blood panel that you typically like on a complete like because they're usually the complete blood count or blood panel. There's some stuff on there that can indicate kidney issues, but not like it doesn't go in depth, right? So we shall see. Yeah, it went fine. The nurse was nice today. And thankfully the place I go to is literally right across the street from where I live. Like right across. It takes me a couple minutes to get there because you have to cross the street and whatnot, but which is nice because when I get blood work done, I usually don't feel the best. So far I'm feeling fine though. I made sure to drink a good amount of water before and then after. Or not water, but my beverage concoction, electrolyte concoction. Oh, by the way, update. I confirmed my financial aid offer yesterday. I was waiting to get the North Star scholarship added to everything, but that's I didn't realize, like, I saw the amounts on the federal grant and the state grant. I saw the total amounts for that and then the total amount I would get, but I guess it didn't click with me that that actually covers my tuition, the federal and state grant. So everything's all ready to go for college. I messaged yesterday, somebody emailed about, I said I still don't have an advisor, and they said I have to wait until September. It's like, okay, well that's not what the other professor who was my temporary advisor told me. That's not what they told me, but alright. Sure. But yes, no, I don't have anything else left to do. The beginning of August is when they, I think, let you know what kind of materials, like textbooks, you need to get. I actually don't think I need any, at least for this first semester, for 2 or 3 of them. I know for sure I don't need any, because all the textbook materials online, and like specifically they say just use online. You don't need to buy an in-person, like physical textbook. Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah, it's fully free, because it's all covered, because I reached out, I emailed about, because I didn't see the Minnesota scholarship, the Minnesota North Star Promise scholarship added to my financial aid offer, and they got back to me and said everything's already covered. I'm like, what? And then I went back, I'm like, oh wait, like I saw the amounts on my financial aid offer online, but again it didn't register for me because I was looking for the North Star thing and it doesn't show up, but they did say when you emailed back you do qualify, but like you don't need it. So like if something happens where I don't get enough, somehow it doesn't cover it, even though it does, then the North Star scholarship would cover the rest of it. So I'm not so yeah, I don't have to pay for anything, at least for tuition, textbooks and stuff. I still likely don't have to. Hi Slicks. Hi J-Madome. depends on what comes back for that. Overall, I've been feeling pretty good lately, except for the bed bugs. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to write down that I need to go live tomorrow. And I need to do it tomorrow and not Thursday, because I won't be home Thursday. I'm really nervous about the chemicals that they'll spray, because I'm pretty like sensitive and allergic to that kind of stuff. It's hard for me to breathe around even like perfume and cologne and stuff. So I'm really nervous because they're going to be spraying the bottom of my mattress. So I'm really nervous about that. If it's like really bad, I'll like maybe just stay at my sister's out of town for the night or something. I don't know. That's actually where we're going, because we have to be gone for a minimum of 5 hours. So we have to take the cat in his litter box and food, and we're gonna go out of town to be with my sister. Well, not my sister's not gonna be home, but her partner works from home. But even if he wasn't home, like we'd be able to go over there. They have 5 cats though, so yeah, we have to be just stuck in a room with Axel. But that's fine. It's better than having to pay for there's only like one cat boarding specific. Well, it's cat and dog boarding, but they do cat boarding here around where we live, and it's not super expensive. But literally, the way cat boarding is set up, it looks just like when they're at the animal shelter. So he would have like no room to go anywhere, and I think he'd have PTSD. So I'm like, I'd rather not. So that's nice of my sister. I appreciate her letting us do that. Oh, let me tell you, it's gonna be a regular stream, because member stream is only every other Thursday. So since I did it last Thursday, it'll be next Thursday for the members only. Yeah, so, and it won't be us, it'll be, you know, the guy doing it. I can tell he's very mega though, and I have a bunch of like drag queen posters up. I have my non-binary little flag on my dresser, and my bisexual flag. I have a bunch of like rainbow and queer stuff. Literally, our rug out there is, I think it's all is welcome, and it's on a rainbow. Like we have love is love right here. And he seemed very mega, so I hope he doesn't try to mess things up, because he also kept trying to make it seem like it was our fault that the bed. First of all, he was trying to make it seem like we didn't have bed bugs, and then when I was explaining things, he's like, okay, you probably have bed bugs, but like basically, like without flat out saying it was our fault. And he was saying, well, you have to be careful who you like bring in here, and you can get it in from anywhere. I'm like, nobody's been to our apartment recently at all. It's just been me and my mom. I don't go anywhere. And he's like, even when you go to hotels though, I'm like, I have not been in a hotel. My mom has not been in a hotel. We have not been literally anywhere. Nothing's been, like, we've been doing our daily routines. And also we were saying that we saw like the people next door, when they moved out, they threw out there some mattress and bed frame stuff, and they said they checked that unit 1 second, before they checked ours, and they said they didn't find anything. It's like, is this Terminator like he's very unintelligent, or he's just very negligent? Probably both. Because does he not understand bed bugs? The reason why they're so difficult to treat is because they're not always easy to find, because they hide in places that you can't always see, and they can be very small. Also, maybe they got rid of it from throwing out their bed frame stuff, you know. But yeah, the Terminator, the maintenance, our regular building maintenance guy was here with him as well. But I keep saying Terminator, the exterminator. He was sick. He didn't see anything in their unit, and they said they went to the dumpster. All they saw was my box spring. I'm like, okay, well, there's a mattress. It was literally sticking out of the dumpster, and like the bed frames and like a couple other like bed-related looking stuff. And I said that they were literally like in the dumpster. And he's like, yeah, I went out there. I didn't see those. I'm not kidding. When I tell you, that's like one of the first things you see when you look out there, and it's sticking up the mattress, and there's other stuff in there too. He said all he saw was my box spring off to the side of the dumpster, because there wasn't any room. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have issues. Minnesota state law, if the landlord and or the exterminator doesn't treat the they aren't going to do anything at the unit right over there. So if they're not going to do anything over there, then it's likely that bed bugs will keep showing up. So again, if you can treat our unit, but it's like it's not going to do anything much if they're coming from the unit next door. But they're not going to do anything about the unit next door, so I don't even know what to do. If there isn't anything else I can do, I've been doing everything. Anyway, hi Axel. Hi Ems. See, that's the thing too. It's like we don't even live in that big of a unit, so y'all should really not be this negligent. There's 2 floors. Both floors combined, it's only 12 units. So it's not like a really massive apartment by any means. I hope my results are fine, Nate. Yeah, Fishhead, I don't know. Pennsylvania might not have as good of like resources for like going back for free, unfortunately. Sorry, I just saw that earlier message now. But yeah, so they can spray all they want, but if they're not going to spray the next unit, he can say he didn't see anything all he wants. As an exterminator, you should know they're not just going to be large and in charge. Like, you see them in plain sight. That's literally not how it works. Hi, Ty. What sucks is that, like, because of our financial situation, like, here's the thing, I don't want to move and like transfer bed bugs to a different unit, right? But I also want to live somewhere with better management, or just like, yeah, somewhere else. I've told my mom this. I'm like, I've thought about this. Like, I wouldn't even mind living in a studio apartment, but it's like better management, and we have our own washer and dryer. Like, oh, that's a big thing for us. But our washer and dryer breaks at least once a week. At least one of them does, to some capacity. Our dryer's permanently broken because one of the buttons is permanently pressed in. The coin slot on the dryer, quite often, not as much anymore, but it gets stuck, and then they have to like, and so then you don't get your coins back, and then they have to like, we have to call maintenance to like unstick it. That's okay, Fishhead. But yeah, it's but also my mom has a partner, so I know she would not want a studio apartment. I just want to get done with college as soon as I can, and like have my own job and whatnot. And I literally would not mind having a studio apartment. I got rid of a lot of stuff this past weekend on Sunday, and now it feels a lot nicer in my room. I did that because my cat couldn't go in my room before, but because everything going on, I'm like, I should just try to make it so my room can be open from now on. So he still has been knocking things over twice now. He's almost killed himself with the keyboard piano knocking like on top of him. He tries to he goes into my closet. He's able to open the closet. He gets into there, which he does that in my mom's room too, but she has stuff in the way usually so that it can't fully like open in a certain way anyway. But my cat's able to get in my closet, but there's like, he's not able to do anything once he gets in there, so whatever. But now I have less stuff, and I'm like, it feels nice to have less stuff. It feels nice. Like, I think it would be cool to live in a tiny home. The only reason I could see myself living in like a really big house is if I had like a big family, which I don't think multi-generational, or like a lot of roommates, and we all just like paid rent on this one big home. Or if I did something with it, like I allowed people to just stay there for free, or like did something for the house's population, which I don't know how logistically that would work. I don't know if I'm the person to do that. But yeah. Because I also think about like anything could know you shouldn't live life only thinking like that, but also it's like, it puts into perspective, like, are these extra things in life that you have really all that important? I already honestly don't have much, and now I have even less because I got rid of a lot, but I have pistol 213, or RD, or 213. End up owning you. I've never seen Fight Club. I know the number one rule is to not talk about Fight Club. I've never seen. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen Fight Club. I have seen The Goonies. I have seen Titanic. Titanic and Goonies we watched a lot growing up. Also Forrest Gump. I have not seen much. But yeah, I'm really excited for college. I'm glad all this is, if the bed bug stuff is going to happen, it's good for it to happen now, before schooling starts. Tomorrow I switch into my new trays, and that will be, I think, tray 6, tray 5, or tray 6. I think it'll be tray 6. This has been going good. So, Thursday was supposed to be my cooking day, but because we can't be here during the day when they're doing everything, I'll have to do my cooking tomorrow instead. Like, prep my stuff instead of doing it the day of, which is fine. And then today, I'm doing next week's members only video, filming that after this, because tomorrow I'll be busy with, like, prepping stuff, or like, yeah, prepping and cooking stuff, and also some other stuff. Okay, B. You read the book too, it's really good. I believe it. I was just about to say, I want to get more into reading, but also I don't, because when school, there's a book I have over there in the dining room area that I want to start reading, and it's from a Minneapolis, St. Paul, like Minnesota-based author, so I want to read that. But also, I love watching. I feel bad. Like, I almost feel unintelligent because I don't read, and like I feel like smart people read. But for me, I love watching documentaries because I am such a visual person. Like, I have hyperphantasia, so I love the visuals. That's why podcasts. I never just listen to podcasts unless if I'm cleaning on the weekends. But I prefer to watch the podcasts I'm listening to because of people's facial expressions and mannerisms, and it's just easier for me to consume content when I'm also watching it, to understand what's going on. I want to be able to read more, though. Thank you so much, Nelson. That's really fair, yeah. But I'm gonna have to be doing a lot more reading with schoolwork. That's also why I don't really want to read, because I'm gonna do a lot more reading when school stuff starts up. I don't think I'll be doing as much reading in my first semester because of the classes I'll be taking, but whenever I take I only have one more general class that I have to take after this semester. It'll be an English class, and that is because I contacted the AP, like I had to go into the archives, AP exam archives, and I'm even worse with listening. If I'm just listening, that's why the visual component. So the way I learn best is visual, and then by doing, and then by reading, and then by hearing. Hearing, like when I'm just, that's why in class, I don't understand how people could do so good, but it's like people have that kind of learning style in like history class. I, in class, would not remember anything in any of my history classes or anything like that because it would just go in one ear out the other. It would not settle. And also, I said my number one is visual, but like very closely, like pretty much alongside that, maybe just barely a step down is doing it as well. So in math class, even if I would see how it was done, I would have to be able to learn how to do it like also, or else I like do the same kind of problem, or else I wouldn't be able to understand it. I sometimes enjoy someone else's life. Yeah, that's the thing too. Good night, Benny. Thank you for being here. Anyway, let's end the poll. Let's end the poll. Moon, 57%. Sun, 43%. Yesterday was International Moon Day. So if y'all haven't celebrated and you put moon, you gotta celebrate. For me, it depends on my mood. Lately, I've been moon, but like the past couple years I've been more, the past year I've been more of a sun person. Like it all fluctuates. I love them both. But I have to head out now before I go. Axel's been next to me like this whole time. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day. I'll be going live some point tomorrow, probably maybe around 10 a.m. No, probably not 10 a.m. I don't know. Y'all have to keep an eye out for when I schedule.